My name is Coley O'Toole. I live in Shelton, Connecticut. I played music for the majority of my life, from local bands all the way through national and worldwide touring bands. I played for Charlotte sometimes, the Queen Killing Kings, and I currently play for Smoke Signals and We the Kings. That was not my intention to be in two bands that had Kings in the name. It just worked out that way. I'm a songwriter, I'm a player. I just like all aspects of it. I'm driven by good people and good songs, and I just go with the flow, and I've lucked out thus far. So I just got off Warped Tour, and it was actually my second time doing it. I did it back in 2008 with Charlotte sometimes, and we were on the Ernie Ball stage then. It was a much smaller stage, and you had to lug your own gear to the stage. But this year, I got to do it with a main stage artist, and absolutely other end of the spectrum, totally different world. The crowds were amazing, the people were amazing. It's crazy that I actually get to feel something that I've always dreamed about. And this past year, I actually got to go to Europe twice. Never had I ever dreamed I would see Europe once. I'll pay homage to a television show called Kids Incorporated. Fergie, you know all about that. That was like a little kid show. It was a band that played in a cafe every day after school. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I wanted that, so I started building my own drum sets out of cardboard and saran wrap, but that really didn't work. So my parents moved me to the stools in our kitchen. I eventually graduated from the stools to a real drum set. Till this day, we've played in multiple local bands, put out a lot of bad records. And then I formed this piano rock group called the Queen Killing Kings. And it started off as a duo. With a good friend of mine named John Serwo. It was music that I had never played before, so it was teaching me, and we were just going with it. It was almost writing us, and we were just, purveyors of this sound. Until one day we played a show in Hartford, and we opened for a band called Jack's Mannequin. And there was another band on the tour called The Hush Sound. And I've heard of them before, but I've never, really listened to their music. One of their songwriters, Bob Morris, had come and saw our show. And he's rocking out, and he really liked it. So immediately after we get off stage, he runs over to me, introduces himself, "Hi, I'm Bob," and he's like, "Oh man, we gotta play music together. This is great, a nationally touring artist likes the music we make," so we were pretty excited. Sure enough, phone calls later, I would meet up with Bob, he would come to New York, we'd write some music. Bob introduced me to his management, who then introduced me to Jessie Poland, aka Charlotte Sometimes, who is one of the most driven musicians that I have met. She did a record, and I was her keyboardist for probably almost 3 years. It was the first time I ever saw my face on national television. I'd wake up every Saturday morning and see myself on the top 20 countdown, which was pretty funny. It was pretty surreal. By the end of that cycle with Charlotte Sometimes, we're riding in the van through the middle of nowhere. And all of my musical blessings that I've been given, I wouldn't say given, but that have happened to me, have come out of nowhere, and I think that's the way they do. I'm laying in the back of the van, and I get a call from this unknown number, and there's this scratchy little voice on the other end, and she's like, "Is this Coley?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is Coley." She's like, "I love your band." I'm not gonna, I won't go into names to say who it is, but this is quite a character in the music industry. She's one of the heads of pretty successful major label. Loved the Queen Killing Kings record that we did. Usually when labels call you, it's always fluff. And then sure enough, after a long while of just waiting around and see what's going to happen, I signed my first record deal, which was pretty unreal. And probably one of the fastest things I've ever been through. A year later, I was dropped. There could have been a lot of reasons for us being dropped. Artistic integrity, people not knowing what to do with us, money, yada, yada, yada. But we kept trucking. That wasn't the end. That was just a nice little stop, a peek over the edge, say, all right, I see what's going on. And me, Zach, and Joey, put on our shit kickers again and got back to the basement and wrote some songs. You just got to have fun doing this. Don't do it to be famous. Don't do it to make loads of money. Don't do it to be anything but yourself and playing with your friends, because people will see right through that. And if I wasn't enjoying this, I wouldn't have done it, because it'd be the worst job in the world. Being away, no sleep, living off gas station food, looking for a place to take a crap. But I love every bit of it. The strike of a G chord, through a loud PA, or feeling when a chorus is coming and that feeling you're going to get when it hits. There could be 3 people in the audience. There could be 3,000 people in the audience. If you are not having fun, it doesn't matter. I have to tell you, my favorite feeling now, like when I used to go to concerts when I was a kid, and you'd be at the New Haven Coliseum and the lights would go out. That is my favorite feeling in the world. When the lights go out and the crowd goes crazy. Not a note has even been played yet. I dreamed about that for years. And now I'm at a level, you know, with a band who can play big rooms like that. And when those lights go out, that crowd roars. And I'm six again. I'm six again and freaking out. Just freaking out. Oh, man. It's the little things like that. The lights going out, the road cases, people pushing road cases, you know, like from start to finish, I love it all. By meeting people and having these experiences and by being so passionate about anything. It doesn't have to be about music. You could be passionate about food. You could be passionate about roller skating. You know, you're going to pull things out of you because of that passion that are going to, one, fuel it and take you even further. And, yeah.